Hey everybody, I wanted to get back into some of our normal routines. So we're going to be starting to do vocabulary again. And I want to do 4 vocabulary words today, and then we'll do 4 tomorrow. And instead of you having writing them down by hand, I'm going to read them out, the definitions twice, and I'll go through the normal routine of giving an example sentence and then maybe giving some more examples of how to use them. I will have you do a slide for each one, and you can put the definition that I say on the slide. So our first word is export, and our sentence is, ships transport many goods made for export overseas. What do you think export means? Well, to export an item is to sell or trade it in another country. So an item to be sold or traded in another country. That is the export. One more time. And you can always play back the video if you need it repeated. Just hit the rewind button. Export is an item to be sold or traded to another country. And we could think of what sort of goods might the U.S. sell or trade with other countries. Maybe things that we make here, or things that are invented here, like iPhones, or maybe some oranges grown in Florida, or whatever sort of things are produced here in the U.S. Okay, our next word is glistening. The sentence is, the glistening wrapping paper made the gift look really special. What do you think glistening means? Yeah, so glistening means something that's shining. You can see in the picture the wrapping paper looks kind of shiny. And even mine in real life, it's reflecting some shine, some of the sun. It's kind of glistening. It's glossy paper. So what other materials besides wrapping paper might glisten? Imagine, what would you take outside and it would be really in the sunshine glistening? Maybe something like foil, or sometimes saran wrap. What else might glisten? Something with a glossy coating, like a whiteboard sometimes. Maybe something in cellophane. Something like that. Glitter, always. All right, our next word. Oh, sorry, let me repeat that definition one time. Glistening means shining. All right, our next word is influence. So our sentence is, Mrs. Garcia pointed out information that could influence Anna's voting decision. So we see Anna here voting, or planning to vote, and Mrs. Garcia over here. What do you think influence might mean? Okay, so influence is trying to change or affect people's behaviors or thoughts. I'll say that again, and if you need to hear it over again, you can always back up the video. Influence is trying to change or affect people's behavior or thoughts. So she's trying to change the way she's voting by giving her different information, giving her opinion. So when we try and do our opinion writing, we're trying to influence others' opinions. We're trying to convince them of something. All right. Who might influence your decisions each day? Well, I know I'm influenced by my dog. He influences me to go on walks a lot. Him whining at the door or wanting me to open it. You can also be influenced by your parents. They might ask you to do something. You could be influenced by your friends. You're trying to do your homework and a friend says, hey, you want to play on the Xbox or whatever? You never know who might influence you in your day. And then our final word for today, and I'll do the rest in another video, is landscape. Our sentence is, from our cabin, we see a landscape of mountains, trees, and a clear blue lake. What might landscape mean? I'll give you a hint. This is a picture of a beautiful landscape. Okay, so a landscape is a region's landforms or a stretch of land that can be seen from a place. Kind of long. I'll say it again, and if you need to hear it again after that, you're welcome to back it up. A landscape is a region's landform or stretch of land that can be seen from a place. All right. What landscapes would you like to visit? I know this week I'm having you visit the sand dunes in Oceano digitally and learning about erosion. So that would be one type of landscape. Some of you might have been to the beach. That's a different type of landscape where you see the ocean and you see the waves. One of my favorite landscapes is up in the mountain. I really like to go skiing. So it just kind of depends. There's all sorts of different landscapes in California. So that's our fourth word for the week. And so for each of these words, you'll type the definition that I read to you onto your Google slide for the word, and then you'll write an antonym, so an opposite of the word. And you can be creative. Try not to just say not landforms that can be seen from a place. Try and be a little bit creative, like saying being inside or not seeing anything or complete darkness or something like that. Be a little bit creative, see if you can come up with some good antonyms, and then they put them in a sentence. So I gave some example sentences. You can't use those, but you can come up with your own just like that. You write a sentence with the word landscape in there, and then finally for each slide you need a picture. So for landscape, you could have a beautiful landscape picture. You could have one that goes with your sentence, one that goes with the definition, whatever you think works best.